Happening now on 4029 News. We're under the gun for even more severe weather tonight. 4029 Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee is here tracking those storms.
Plus, the heavy rain is causing major flooding tonight. We have which roads are closed and what areas you need to avoid.
And heartbreaking news tonight. The body of a 9-year-old boy has been found. A suspect now in custody. 4029 News starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 4029 News at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Allison Wise. Severe flooding causing a major problem today.
And I'm Joshua Cole. Let's go straight over to 4029 Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee tonight to get an update on the conditions. Darby?
Yeah, and this is going to become a truly historic flood across northwest Arkansas. We're going to get to the flooding in a second. We do have a new severe thunderstorm watch that's been issued for much of northwest Arkansas through the river valley. This goes until 10 p.m. Some of these storms still could build into storms that could produce some stronger winds and occasionally some larger hail. You can see a severe thunderstorm warning now in Washington County, another one here in southwest Sequoyah County, all of northwest Arkansas, and almost all of the river valley in flash flood warnings. We haven't seen a lot of rain yet in Fort Smith, but we're going to be getting a lot of rain later on tonight. And we're getting that rain again pushing off to the north and east through northwest Arkansas. Here's the new severe thunderstorm warning till 6:15 for Washington County. Primary concern is wind and hail with this storm as it passes through Fayetteville, likely through Tawnytown, Springdale, some hail. Occasionally some penny, maybe nickel size, even quarter size hail with this continuing toward the Rogers area and Lowell as well, where we don't need any more rain, obviously. Winds being estimated right now between 30 and 50 miles per hour. So definitely a lot of gusts out there, could blow things around. Look at these rainfall totals, though. You can see last 24 hours, 6 to 10 inches of rain across Benton and McDonald County. Last 3 hours alone, though, 3 to 4 inches of rain in Benton and Washington County. And so these areas from Rogers to Springdale to Fayetteville, where we're getting more rain just training over the same areas, this is going to make the situation much, much worse. We can see more storms starting to form across the river valley to the south of this. Not a lot of activity again in Fort Smith just yet, but we're going to get a lot of it. As you can see, a line behind this. All of this will make its way into northwest Arkansas, making the situation again dire in spots, and then eventually bringing more rain for us in the river valley. Well, a full update on this situation tonight in the next 7 days coming up.
All right, thanks, Darby. Well, the weather making it hard for people to get around today. This is the parking lot at Cross Church and Rogers, flooded as you can see here.
A neighborhood is flooded in Siloam Springs. This is video of Progress Avenue and Dawn Court. Several cars and a truck were stalled in the water. Police say the water was about 2 feet deep.
Other spots in Rogers today, you could see how fast the water was moving in some areas. Flooding, a main concern for a lot of people. Be careful tonight if you are out driving at all.
The flooding in northwest Arkansas has turned one neighborhood into an island.
Yeah, 4029's AJ McCord is live tonight near Cave Springs in Springdale. And AJ, what are you seeing now?
Man, Josh and Allison, I gotta tell you, this rain is coming down really hard, and that is the last thing this neighborhood here on kind of the edge of Cave Springs and Springdale needs. We're on Colonel Myers 71, right where Robbins and Wager turn off. Take a look at this. This is what neighbors tell me is normally Osage Creek. It's normally just a little creek, meanders harmlessly under this road and around the neighborhood, but as you can see right now, this thing is a rushing river. We've seen several cars come up, look at it, think about going across just to turn right back around. We have no idea how deep the water is at its deepest point out there, but I can tell you that earlier I saw pieces of this road, pieces of the actual asphalt flapping in the current. And if you look over to the left of the road, you can see a house that is completely surrounded by water. That is one of dozens in this neighborhood that has become an island. Now, I've talked to several residents here, and they say their basic game plan is just to hunker down as best as possible, ride out this storm before they figure out just how much of their property is damaged, how much of their house and basements are flooded, and they will deal with that once this rain goes away. But certainly a lot of people in this neighborhood just staying put and trying to ride out the storm. Live in Cave Springs, AJ McCord, 4029 News.
Very scary scene for a lot of people out there. We'll take a look at this. This car nearly covered in water from all of the flooding. Now, this is from this morning in Neosho, Missouri. Flash flood warnings are in effect for McDonald County, so make sure you're watching out for flooding in the area.
Right now, hundreds of people are without power. Here's a list of some of those outages. Carroll Electric reporting more than 1,000 people without power in Carroll, Madison, and Benton counties. OG&E has 950 customers out in Oklahoma, and SWEPCO has 632 people without power in Fayetteville.
And today we've gotten a lot of people sending in your photos to our YouLocal page. This is a photo of Clabber Creek Trail in Fayetteville. The trail and the street crossings are flooded there. This was sent to us by Sandra Duncan. This is her house in Tawnytown. The water is up to her front porch. She says that the street is also flooded. And here's a picture of the Brookhaven Apartments in Springdale. The water there rushing over the walkway bridge at the spot.
Many Benton County residents have been without water today. The Benton County Water District tells us a water main broke this morning in Little Flock, and they thought that they had repaired it. However, when the hard rain started again, it washed out for a second time, leaving thousands of people without water. Tonight, crews have been able to connect most of those residents to the Rogers water supply until the main there can be repaired.
Well, LaFleur County officials say that a tornado touched down in part of eastern Oklahoma overnight, leaving a path of destruction. 4029's Christopher Redfern has the story tonight.
A severe storm ripped through eastern Oklahoma last night, leaving a swath of destruction in its path.
Ooh, I hear something sound like a shotgun went off. I thought it was a shotgun. I told my son, I said, something's happening. He said, we're fixing to have a tornado.
And it turned out she was right. Mary Seaton says she was watching 4029 when baseball-sized hail began pelting her home. By that time, the funnel cloud had already touched down and was headed across a patch of rural countryside towards her property.
I could hear uprooting. I know it was cracking and the bricks falling off and banging and popping, and I thought, we are having a tornado.
It uprooted massive trees in her yard while snapping others clean in half. The powerful winds tossed a steel storage container around 40 feet. And her house, besides peeling away the bricks on the side and jamming the rear door shut, somehow it was left nearly unscathed.
I stood on this porch with Mary earlier this morning. She already had her broom in hand and was hard at work cleaning up. And we were standing here looking out over her lawn, and she just sighed and said, well, I guess it's just one of those deals. As long as it's not a loved one, it can be replaced. In Cameron, Christopher Redfern, 4029 News.
A lot of damage there tonight. Well, as flooding becomes more of a problem through the area, Benton County authorities are shutting down roads. Right now, Radar Road, Bryant, Douglas, Spanker Creek, Sugar Creek Road from Highway 72 to Highway 94, those are closed. Stagecoach Road also closed, and that's going to be closed for several days due to major damage. Rainbow Road and Butler Road in the Siloam Springs area are all closed. The sheriff's office says that they're continuing to receive reports of flooding, and emergency management crews are warning people to stay off those roads with high levels of water.
Well, roads are closed due to flooding in Washington County as well. The Harvey Dow Bridge to Mallywagnon, Highway 112 at Great House Springs, Brush Creek near Churchill Downs, and 48th Street in Johnson. Well, you can find the full list on the Sheriff's Office Facebook page of roads that are closed down. Well, southern Missouri saw two strong storms all day, engulfing the cities of Knoll, Anderson, Langdon, and all in water.
Members of the community and the fire department came out with chainsaws and trucks to tow some of that debris away. Local law enforcement and rescue teams, they spent the day performing home and water rescues, helping people affected most by the flooding. All are seeking shelter in this area. All those who are encouraged to head to the First Baptist Church in Anderson, where the Red Cross has cots, food, and heat available. They were seeing some of the flooding inside that church, and they may have to move the shelter across the street to the high school. We'll keep you updated. All right, let's get a check of our official Get Ready Weather forecast with 4029's Taylor Pinnell. Taylor, is the rain starting to move in?
Well, Joshua and then Allison, what we're looking at here over these next, we'll say 24 hours is what we're going to take a look at here. Here's the current satellite and radar composite again. A lot of showers and storms moving towards the northeast, where areas have already been dealing with some of those flooding concerns, and we'll be sure to keep an update on what we can expect here over the next couple of hours with those showers and storms. We'll take you through the rest of the night tonight and into your Sunday. Here's 8 o'clock Saturday. Again, you can tell a lot of shower and storm activity across parts of northwest Arkansas, even through the River Valley, maybe even seeing a stronger shower storm, potentially severe. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated on that as you go throughout the course of the evening. Mother Nature not letting up quite yet, as we'll continue to see those showers and storms through tonight and heading into our Sunday morning. Not looking at getting much of a break for the rest of your Saturday evening. As you go through the midnight hours into early Sunday morning, that's when things may be beginning to lighten up a little bit for us. A little bit of a break. You'll notice a lot of that shower and storm activity, at least the stronger part of it now, further towards the east into parts of central Arkansas. That's who's going to be dealing with some more stronger activity throughout the rest of the evening. As you go throughout the day, Sunday though, Sunday morning could still see some showers and storms throughout the area. But again, a brunt of that shower and storm activity will come for the rest of our evening tonight and into early Sunday morning. We'll have more just after this.
Breaking news, the body of a missing child has been found, according to Polk County officials.
Yeah, 4029's Brett Rains is live tonight with the latest. Brett?
Yeah, the Polk County Sheriff Scott Sawyer fought back tears as he announced that investigators have recovered the body of 9-year-old Riley Scarborough.
Today at about approximately 11:55 a.m., the body believed to be Riley James Scarborough, age 9, was located in a heavily wooded area west of Hatfield, Arkansas.
And again today, crews did recover his body. He was last seen Sunday, April 23rd, with his sister, 2-year-old Aislinn Wester. Her body was recovered yesterday in a heavily wooded area near Cove, Arkansas. Now, tonight, one man is behind bars. That man, Brian Bliss Travis, is currently in jail here in Polk County on drug charges, but the sheriff says he anticipates Travis to soon be charged with capital murder for the 2 deaths of the children, as well as their mother, 43-year-old Bethany Wester, whose body was found Tuesday, and her uncle, 66-year-old Stephen Pade, who was found dead Thursday inside his Hatfield home. Now, as we come back live, the sheriff would not elaborate on the relationship that the suspect had with the family. He would also not comment on any further details about this case pending the prosecutor's review. We're live in Mena. Brett Rains, 4029 News.
And Brett's been following this difficult story as it's developed.
Yeah, and again, not the outcome that the Polk County Sheriff's Office hoped for in this. Now they're investigating 4 homicides, and of course 4029 will keep you updated on the very latest developments in this case.
Well, Hog fans disappointed today. The rain washing out many of those fans' plans.
Yeah, Hog Fest had to be canceled and the annual red and white game moved indoors, but thankfully the game was still played on the SEC network for lots of people to watch. Now, with several other events planned for this weekend, they had to be canceled or moved because of the weather. The power of the music festival in Bentonville had to be moved indoors, and the Walmart FLW fishing tournament had to move its expo and weigh-ins to happen earlier in the day at Prairie Creek Park. And the U of A Springtime of Youth Music Festival has been canceled today. That was scheduled to be held at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Well, there were several water rescues today. This one on Highway 62, the car submerged in a stream. This happened just before 5 o'clock today. Now, we do know that everyone in the car made it out okay. Benton County crews say that they made several rescues throughout the day as water started to rise all across the county. Now, breaking tonight, the body of a missing woman, 22-year-old Christy Farhat, has been found. That's according to the LaFleur County Sheriff's Department and the family. Her husband, William Farhat's body was found on the Arkansas River on Thursday. Christy and her husband, with their 2 boys, were in a boat accident near the W.D. Mayo Lock and Dam. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol and volunteers have been searching. They went missing on Sunday night.
Many of you, though, didn't let the storm stop you from getting rid of your unwanted painkillers. Local law enforcement agencies participated in the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, where people in both the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas dropped off their unwanted pills, no strings attached. According to the CDC, more than 300 children a day are taken to the emergency room after accidentally taking prescription drugs.
You can take it up here or any of our drop-off points, and we'll dispose of the drug in a safe manner.
Local law enforcement agencies host this event twice a year. Officers tell us they still saw a good turnout today despite the rainy weather.
Taking a live local look tonight out over the Chancellor Hotel camera in Fayetteville. Cloudy, rainy. That's what we're seeing right through this area. Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee will be joining us in just a few moments with our official Get Ready weather forecast. You're watching 4029 News.
Welcome back to 4029 News. Storms moving through our area tonight.
Yeah, 4029 Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee is standing by. Darby?
Yeah, and again, folks, I cannot emphasize this enough. This is absolutely a life-threatening situation for anybody who gets caught in these rising waters. If you're out driving around, you find some flooded roads, just find a different route. You don't know how high that water is going to be, and we are going to see examples like that all over Benton County. And we're going to see it all over Washington County, in particular in Washington County now, because we've seen just loads of rain. I mean, buckets of rain across the Fayetteville area, Springdale area as well over the last hour or so. It's just been raining constantly. It's the heavy stuff, too. And so this is really a concern for us over Springdale, Fayetteville, Rogers, Lowell, the Bentonville area, out toward areas around Beaver Lake where it's been raining pretty consistently toward the Montanay area, toward the War Eagle area, up towards Gateway, Garfield, and out towards areas close to Avoca too, south of Sonora, Springdale. These areas in particular over the next couple hours, that's where some of the worst flash flooding is going to be. If you live in a low-lying area, you need to find shelter immediately and get to higher ground as quickly as possible. Getting a little bit of a break right now in Huntsville, but more storms coming right back through, and we've got a lot more behind this. Now, for us in the River Valley around Fort Smith and Van Buren, we haven't seen a lot of activity today, but we're seeing new storms start to develop, and we've got this line just off to the west. We're watching this line because not only is it going to bring a lot more rain right back into northwest Arkansas, but it's got that severe threat with it. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings with this line. It's got a lot of warm, moist air rushing into it. Untapped atmosphere in southeast Oklahoma, so you can see all the hail with these storms. A little bit of hail in northwest Arkansas, but the biggest hail right now with this storm near Gore and moving toward the evening shade area is certainly going to drop some quarter to perhaps golf ball size hail with that one. A little bit of pea-size or penny-size hail around the Fayetteville area, but nothing terribly big at the moment. Now, as far as more rain totals, you can see from that line, comes right into northwest Arkansas. These are probably underestimates. We could pick up another 1 to 3 inches of additional rain in northwest Arkansas, and honestly quite a bit of rain for us in the Fort Smith Van Buren area too. Probably a little bit of an underestimate you saw right there. So flash flooding, the main concern tonight. Some severe storms, though, certainly possible, and those storms will continue to develop. Now that's through the midnight hour. After midnight, we start to see better conditions, though still spotty showers and storms right into tomorrow morning. Not the flooding rain necessarily, but you can see with their in-house model, again, this pushes through. And tomorrow morning, still some spotty shower and thunderstorm activity right into tomorrow morning in the area before that cold front starts to push out of here. And so by tomorrow afternoon, then we're starting to look a little bit better, though cooler and breezy. Still an isolated shower on Sunday. Bottom line is, though, Sunday will be better and we'll be seeing improving conditions. Cold Monday morning, and then a little drier and a little warmer for us on Monday. To tell us more about that 7-day forecast, we go over to meteorologist Taylor Pinnell.
Well, thanks, Darby. As we do head into what will be these next few days, we are looking for that dry time. And as we take a look at that 7-day forecast for you in the River Valley, again, it looks like for the most part, nice conditions headed our way here over the next couple of days. But Sunday, still going to be seeing some spotty showers out there across parts of the area. Temperature-wise, tomorrow, still going to be a little bit cool. Thanks to some of those showers and storms out there. And as, of course, we continue throughout the rest of the beginning of the work week, Monday and Tuesday, conditions become a little bit drier for us. As you look towards Tuesday night, that's the time frame another weather system is going to be coming through, possibly providing another chance at some accumulating showers throughout parts of northwest Arkansas, perhaps maybe even the River Valley, but of course areas that, to be honest with you, don't quite need any more rainfall for some folks out there. For the River Valley, again, tomorrow, I think we might see some spotty showers early, but a much drier day compared to what we've seen over these past 24 and 48 hours. And really the severe threat, for the most part, is going to be limited to what's going on tonight. We'll watch for that threat, but again, for the most part, just for tonight. And as we continue throughout the week, again, watching that Tuesday and Wednesday time frame for another storm system coming through and bringing with it, once again, some showers and storms.
All right, I like that 7-day, and I hope you like this too. The NFL draft wrapping up this afternoon. 3 Razorbacks are off the board so far. Dietrich Wise picked up in the 4th round. He's headed to the Patriots, joining Trey Flowers. Tight end Jeremy Sprinkle drafted in the 5th round by the Redskins, and Jeremiah Ledbetter was picked up in the 6th round. He's off to the Detroit Lions. We'll be back more in just a moment.
Right now, we are taking a live look in Rogers. Storms moving through the area. Flooding is the biggest concern tonight. Remember to catch the news an hour earlier on 4029 on the Arkansas CW at 9. We'll also have an update from the spring game tonight at 9 with Mitch Roberts.
Very exciting. And until tonight, take us with you on the 4029 News app, or you can find and follow us online and on social media. Have a great night, everyone.